in HD here. Today I'm just going to bring you a slightly biased review on the DiamondBack hook. This was their recently released bike as part of the hook, line, and sinker lineup of bikes. They are all all mountain designed hardtails with 120 travel, 1x drivetrains, disc brakes, slackened geometries, short chain stays, low bottom bracket heights, and 27.5 wheels. So as you can see, mine is definitely not stock. Let me just quickly go over what I've put on this. I have a Suntour Epicon fork up front. That is a 140 travel conversion. Right now it's set for about 25% sag, maybe a little bit more, like 27-ish percent. I think I had 47 millimeters of sag in it, so that's around 27-ish actually. Rock Bros, or whatever they're called, I think they're called, yeah, Rock Bros pedals. Those are awesome pedal. Just a cheap seat, dropper post, some, I believe these are also Rock Bros grips on them, the dropper post lever, brakes, Cat Eye Velo 7 computer, and then the rest is pretty much stock. There's a few other parts on here, but those are the main parts. So it is different in that it's 140 travel and air fork and stuff like that, but basically I have had this bike, I just recently put on these. I actually haven't been out on the trail with these upgrades on yet, except for the dropper post. But this bike, I got it, probably purchased it a month after Christmas for $650. So it's a cheap bike, very cheap, keep that in mind, for something with a 1x and 120 travel and 2.35 inch tires, and basically something that's meant to take more of a beating than your standard, say, cross-country bike that a lot of people would start out on. This is a more durable, more aggressive bike for a person that's looking to get into more aggressive line of riding. It is an alloy frame. All of them are alloy. It is lightweight though, because it is a hardtail, which is awesome. I love hardtails. And one of the main things that I really like about this bike is the versatility. I can pack it up into my car and go pretty much anywhere I would like to, and this bike will do fine. Doothie Hill, fine. Dirt jumps, fine. Tiger Mountain, fine. Paradise Valley, fine. Let's see, Japanese Gulch, fine. Those are all places I've been on this bike. It's done fine. I've hit it off of 10-foot jumps. I've hit it off of 15s. I've hit it off of even bigger jumps. I've railed berms on this thing. It's been through rock gardens, and it's still going strong. It is, in my opinion, it's pretty much my favorite bike that I have right now. And I have some other pretty decent bikes, like a Breezer Repack, Common Cal Meta V4, you know, my downhill bike, my freeride bike, my dirt jumper, and this has been kind of my go-to bike for if I'm going to a new trail center or something and I don't really know what's there. Or I've also just been bringing this over to my dad's house a lot because it's easier to transport than the rest, because it's got the quick release axles on it and stuff like that. But I know that the higher end models don't have that on it. Actually, I believe the hook and the line both have a 9mm quick release on them, while the sinker has a 15mm up front with a bolt through in the rear. So, but as far as how it rides, when it was set to 120 travel, which is what it comes as, so that's probably what you're going to want to ride it as. I just went to 140 because I like to really hammer it. The slackened geometry, the short bars, or the wide bars with the short stem, just give you a ton of confidence on the descents, and it just, everything on this bike kind of clicks together. It may be a budget package at $650. Wow, that was an awful voice crack. But it is an amazingly fun bike to rip around on. I'm riding currently a large frame. I am 6'1". It fits me pretty much perfectly. And so far, my only real gripes about this bike have been the 1x chain up front. It gave me, was a bit of a nuisance at the start. Let me just show this to you. The 1x up front took a little bit of tuning, but once I got that all worked out, it took me maybe 20 minutes to get that worked out. Shifter, 20 minutes. The shifter cage, this won't happen to others, I'm pretty sure of, but My shifter, the cage on it, for the jockey wheels, actually came bent. So I had to replace my rear derailleur pretty much as soon as I got the bike, which kind of sucked, but wasn't too bad considering that the SRAM X3 is a really cheap, really cheap rear derailleur. I think I paid like 15 bucks, so that's not bad at all. I did end up replacing the bottom bracket because when I had assembled the bike, I got some dirt in there and I'm an idiot. So all the gripes about this bike have been either something that won't really happen to anybody else because it's very rare to get something where your bottom or your rear derailleur jockey hanger, your rear hanger is going to be bent. You know, I was able to work around it a bit, and I was able to ride it the first day and a couple of days after that, but then I just decided to order the new one, and the bottom bracket was just me being an idiot. So, but if you do want a hook like this, I think I've put around, including the bike and all, about 1,300 bucks to get it to where it is right now. So it's still a cheap bike at 1,300 if you ask me. It's on the, that's kind of a mid-high range hardtail, $1,300 range. And it's a good bike. I do plan on putting some better hydro disc brakes on there than what I got on it right now. I do want to change out the rims eventually, but that's more just for appearance. Other than that, I'm also going to probably go with different bars and a stem, but that's also appearance. And other than that, yeah. But this bike has been a phenomenal bike, and I'm sure in the coming weeks I will have some footage of it. I don't have my GoPro right now because my sister's using that down in Disney. But I'm up here in Washington without my GoPro, so putting a little bit of a damper in my filming, but damper. Fork jokes. Okay, but I'm sure I'll be back to riding and filming soon. But if you want my 2 cents on this bike, if you're looking at getting, say, your first mountain bike, or you want kind of a do-it-all bike or something that's just really durable and fun, don't hesitate on picking up this bike. It's durable, it's fast, it's fun, it's basic, it doesn't need much maintenance. It's a great price for the cycle. Any of those, I'd say, if you're going to pick one to avoid, I would probably say the mid-tier one isn't the most worth it for your money. I would either go with the hook if you plan on upgrading, or the sinker if you would just like to spend the money up front and kind of have a nice bike. But personally, I wanted to upgrade because I just really wanted the frame is all. So there were cheaper options, but I just kind of liked having the idea of building up something that would be a bit more unique than others. So I built my own. And I love this bike. Like I said, really great bike. You know, if you're on a budget like a college kid, $650, and you got an all-mountain hardtail that can rock anything pretty much. So, you know, not much more to say other than it's a fun bike, durable, not much needed to keep it going, affordable, and it handles itself well. So I'd rate this a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10 in my books. I'm pretty easy on grading though, and there's a little bit of bias considering I live up in Washington, so you know, we got DiamondBack just down the road from us. But I do love this bike, so I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watching it. And if you just drop a like and a comment, anything's appreciated. If you do nothing, that's also appreciated. Just watch the video. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye.